what I learned from having a pneumonia. As I reflect from my past hospitalization experiences, both in the regular administration and two in the ICU administration, I learned that having a pneumonia, it's very scary, it's frightening, especially when you are built up with so much phlegm. You can't breathe. You start to panic because you can't breathe. It's a natural instinct. When you can't breathe, you start to panic, right? I learned about having a pneumonia as I reflect back. There's many things that I learned about having a pneumonia, but the one of the number one things that I learned about having a pneumonia is, I said that so many times, having a pneumonia is, I learned patience. I learned how to manage myself under extreme pressure. I learned how to manage myself under moments where things aren't so pleasant, to say in the least amount of words. I learned that having pneumonia, I developed the patience of where I am isn't where I always will be. Having a pneumonia, being in the hospital so many times, it built my character to who I am today. It's having those hospitalization experiences is a really big part of me as to who I am and who I've become. Having a pneumonia has showed me how to manage myself under extreme pressure, under extreme doubts. Because when you can't breathe and your lungs are filled up with so much fluid, it's very scary, and there are going to be moments from my own personal experience that I genuinely didn't think I would be able to overcome, that I would be able to get through. I have had several experiences where a medical staff would come into the room. I'd be in the hospital bed, hooked up with this oxygen, trying to help me breathe. My mom's in the room with me, and this medical staff would come in. I'm not sure what their title was, and they would tell me, basically, long story short, what are your wishes? And when you hear stuff like that, it's not only while you are in the midst of wondering, am I going to be okay? Am I going to get through this? Am I going to get better? As you are trying to get better, when someone approaches you like that, what are your wishes? Maybe it's about time you start to talk about your wishes. When you experience things like that, it's like, wow, maybe I'm not going to get better. I learned from having a pneumonia that sometimes when you think you can't get through when you think you can't get through whatever it is that you are in the midst of going through, you can get through it. I can't speak for everybody. I'm only talking about my own personal experience and my own personal teachings from my own personal experience. The thing about having pneumonia as well is I learned how to, it showed me how to be much more appreciative, because having those hospitalization experiences, it showed me very early on within my life that I came up with a saying that says, I never valued a breath until it was almost taken away from me. Think about that. When I was in the hospital and I was hooked up on oxygen and I was hooked up on a high flow, I believe they call it. It's been a while. Anyhow, when I'm hooked up on this oxygen, pretty much it's assistance to help me breathe and inflate my lungs and help me get through what I was going through. It is those moments that made me appreciate me being home, made me appreciate me not being in the hospital, made me appreciate, even if I am in the hospital, it made me appreciate me not being in the ICU. It made me appreciate that whatever it is that I'm going through, things could always be worse. And it's very when you experience certain things, it can either break you or it could be part of who you become. I hope this video was able to bring some form of value to you. I'm trying to, as I make these videos, I'm trying to find ways to better my communication and how I can improve my storytelling and how I can explain things a little bit more better and more clearly and more in depth, that can be heard and understood better. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, as I make these videos, I'm continuing to learn and I'm continuing to grow and find ways again to improve and improve the quality of my videos, my storytelling, my communication, things like that. I'm going to try to rephrase that. I am going to produce much more content, and I having the main focus as not so much just uploading much more quantity of videos, but keeping up with the quality. I'm trying to be much more, basically I'm trying to have an idea of what I could talk about, click record, talk about it, review it, see if I like it, see if I think it could bring value, and if I think it could bring value to someone out there, whether it's to anyone out there, then I publish it. If you sticked around to the end of the video, I lost control of thought, excuse me. If you sticked around to the end of the video, I would greatly much appreciate it if you comment. I subscribed. I personally will get back to you. If you feel free to comment down below too, what videos you may want me to talk about. Something what videos you may like to see next. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.